Minnesota is a tough place to recruit. It's heavily recruited, not just by the other teams in our league, but also by the very strong FCS schools that are in the neighboring states here in the Dakotas. So it's a tough battle, and I think it was a battle in the past that Minot State didn't want to fight. But for us, we have a number of Minnesota coaches on our staff, and so we have some very strong feelings about recruiting that state and the familiarity we have. I've recruited Minnesota for a very long time, and you know, my personal relationships with a lot of the coaches, and I've got a lot of kids that I coach that are now coaching in Minnesota, so the connections are there. It's just a matter of finding the kids that want to embrace Minot. And you know, the tough part is we've kind of been going through this process. Is a lot of Minnesota kids don't even know where Minot is. They know it's in North Dakota. They'll look on a map and see that it's far away, and it's really not that far away when you relate it to other things, but it's a matter of kind of breaking down some of those barriers. And the best way to break down those barriers is just by bringing in more Minnesota kids, and it'll slowly grow as we go. And so this year we were able to assign 3 kids. We were able to, you know, not necessarily just positions of need, but bringing the kids that we want, and I think kids that fit what we're trying to do. So the first one that we signed is a quarterback out of Park and Cottage Grove, Minnesota, Marshawn Campbell. Marshawn is he hasn't even gotten close to developing what he can be as a quarterback. Plays in a spread offense in high school. Technique is still very raw. He has really good fundamentals as far as his quarterback skills and his delivery and his mechanics and those type of things. Very good athlete. You know, he's somebody that we saw as we're watching him. If he couldn't make it at quarterback, he could easily be anywhere else on the field just because of his athleticism. But I think he's going to give us another piece to the puzzle for us at quarterback as we really try to make that a very ultra athletic position. We want our quarterbacks to be involved in the run game. I think he can do that. He did that in high school. With the different schemes, it's very similar to what we run with what they did in high school. So with Marshawn, I think it's, you know, he's got a development process to undergo, but sky's really the limit for his development, what he's going to be. And I think we're very excited for him, and great family, and you know, I'm excited. I'm excited for him definitely to be a part of our family now. We were able to sign a linebacker out of Wayzata High School, Trevor Palish. Wayzata is probably one of the top 5 programs in the state of Minnesota as far as high school football. Hasn't been easy getting into Wayzata and recruiting in that state, and then I don't mean that this year. I mean that in the 15 years I've been recruiting Minnesota. It's linebacker high school, you know, and they've had a number of kids that have gone on to play in the NFL. And so for us to land Trevor was big. Trevor is a hockey player as well, which is a big trait for me, because hockey players are a little bit different, but they're definitely tough kids. It's a different environment when you're in a hockey locker room, and that bodes really well for him fitting in with our linebackers, because our linebacker group that's a different room that our linebackers are in. So personality-wise, he fits. You know, he's a thick body that's only going to get thicker, and you know, he's playing hockey right now. He hasn't had a chance to even grow and start bulking up yet, but that'll come, and we're excited for him and his ability to really grow for us and grow for himself. And then lastly, we signed Joe Norman out of Armstrong High School, which is in Robbinsdale, a western suburb of the Twin Cities. A little undersized at corner, but you watch him on film, he plays like he's 5 inches taller, flies around, phenomenal effort kid. But the best trait about him is when you meet him, you absolutely fall in love with his personality. Just a phenomenal kid, phenomenal family, competitor as more than you can even imagine, and that's part of one of our traits at this program is we want to compete all the time, and I feel like he's one of the guys he's really going to push me to be more competitive because that's how high his competitive level is, and he's ready to come in here and ready to get this program turned around. In whatever his role might be, and whether it's to play early, to play late, whatever it might be, he just wants his program to be better, and he's a team player through and through, so we're very excited for him to be joining our family as well.